One of the current projects we just worked on was for PricewaterhouseCoopers. And I can't talk about a lot of the specifics necessarily, but the specifics I can talk about is it's essentially a B2B service, right? And it's focused on how do you help people essentially organize their workday. And so the thing that's probably most exciting to me about this is, again, we're talking about people that do service jobs. So these are, repairmen, like AC repairmen, gas station repairmen, people that fixed vending machines, like all that type of stuff, right? And so, when I was in high school, I worked in construction a little bit. I did lawn care, I think is what we called it. And so, I did some of those things, but I didn't ever really go into any of the service industries that are, effectively are like IT today, but for like physical devices that exist in our world, right? But they're not sexy physical devices. They're an AC machine. And so I think being able to talk with them and being able to ride along with them was really interesting because, one of the people that I ended up riding with was actually an electrician. And, he is like way geekier than I am, but he's working in this industry that, does not get the right type of, they're not observed as being geeky, right? But this guy had like, the craziest Android setup, and he just was like, he knew a lot of stuff, and so I think just understanding, again, like I think that's what it's, again, getting back to what excites me about the job day to day is this is research, right? In this particular case, it was learning about a particular type of role that, I've had Verizon people stop by and install my cable, right? And just chatting with them a little bit was very interesting. But we got to be able to spend like a week or two of time doing ride-alongs, like seeing the type of conditions these people have to work with, looking at the data and the tools that they actually have to use today. And again, it's just like, how do they actually do their job with some of the tools and some of the chicken wire and bubble gum that they've pieced together for these tech solutions, but they make it work, right? And that's maybe that's what inspired me about that particular job. Again, is that, and this gets back to a real tenet of job to be done, which I'm a big fan of as well. But like job to be done is really about, if you see pieced together solutions, that's where there's a real opportunity for a product, because this person went out of their way to like take this product and this tool and this other piece of hardware, and they're using them together, which is very clunky to use these three things together, but it solves whatever that problem is that they need to get done. And so observing these people in the field, like it is so much that. Like there are so many things where, they have like an app, but they also have email, and then working with the people, they have these like printers in their trucks, and it's just mind-boggling. Like I don't even know. We have it's like a joke in philosophy. It's like, is the printer working today? We have no idea because we haven't had to print anything for like weeks or something like that. So, so it's just like, it's like that type of thing where, again, for a while, I would try to always be a couple generations back on mobile phones whenever I was really doing a lot of mobile stuff. And I think that was my like forcing myself to still work on things that probably the general public was using. So again, it's very interesting to be able to see that and exciting. And I think the good thing is that some of the stuff we found out was really like no duh type of stuff, right? But you need to do it, right? Like you need to go out and actually do this no duh stuff. But then there were other things where there's actually some really interesting things that we had learned that probably were not top of mind right away. And it was more about the social interactions that actually happen between these different people. And so in our case, we use personas at philosophy, but we use them more in like a job persona or like a job role persona rather than, this is Tom and he's 34 and eats tuna fish and has a truck. Like those types of personas don't matter. Okay, I think they're bullshit, if you'll pardon my French. But like there's a persona called Joe, who's this field tech worker, and these Joes talk to each other an awful lot, right? Like they'll call each other when they have a problem. There's all this information that's being shared between them. And then there's also Jack, who's like this very senior Joe. And so just seeing how this actually works on site was really, really interesting. And it was something that if you just like asked them about it, they probably would never talk about this, right? So yeah, that was really interesting for me.